2010. Take a moment and look around you. This is it. 4 years ago, we came to Del Mar full of excitement and anticipation and unsure about whom we would become during our time here. And now here we are, about to say goodbye, quite possibly forever. So I realize that I'm one of the last obstacles standing in your way of getting out of here and heading off to dinner reservations and parties. So I'd just like to talk about two things. First, I want to encourage you all to remember how important our time at Del Mar has been. And second, thank everyone who has helped us on our journey. One thing I know for sure is that Del Mar will never be the same without us. The athletics department is saying goodbye to many of its top players, and the classrooms are bidding farewell to some of its brightest students. And the performing arts department will be hurting without some of its best actors and musicians. We won Class of the Year for a reason. Honestly, I don't know what Del Mar is going to do once we leave. It's strange to think that come this August, we won't be coming together for orientation to be standing next to one another in a never-ending line to get our pictures taken and receive our schedules. We won't be waiting outside the cafeteria for friends with ID cards and schedules in hand to compare teachers and photos. And we won't be seeing how much 3 summer months have been able to change us. Instead, some of us will be heading off to college, while others will be finding jobs and moving into apartments of their own. And no doubt, some of us will still be undecided on what we want to do. But wherever we end up, it is important to remember where we came from. We must remember that we were once Dons. Whether you loved coming here all 180 days of the school year, or you hated the fact that each new year meant a new bell schedule and extra minutes added to each school day, you must remember that we survived it together, and it has helped us to discover something about ourselves. Now, I would like to take the time to recognize and thank all of the people who has helped us along the way. First, I want to thank all of you, my fellow classmates and friends, for all the fun times and memories we have shared. From getting a free pass to the 700 Club barbecue freshman year, to Air Jam, to keeping traditional spirit days alive, even though this year we were told that it would be Neon Day instead of Decade Day. I'm sure we'll never forget this past Monday's beach day, and many of us are looking forward to making memories at grad night tonight. I'd also like to thank all the faculty and teachers who have supported us through the years. Even though most of us will most likely forget the quadratic formula or the details of the War of 1812, we know that much of what we learned from you is not covered by the high school curriculum. You were role models, friends, givers of advice, and so much more. So on behalf of the class of 2010, thank you. And finally, none of us would be here without the people on either side of us. So I'd like to ask you all for a little audience participation. My fellow graduates, take a moment and please turn to your left or to your right and look up into the stands. Guardians, aunts, uncles, distant relatives, siblings, friends, anyone who's here for you today. And on the count of 3, please join me in saying thank you to everyone here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. To all of you in the bleachers today, I know that many of us don't say it enough, but thank you for the roles you have played in getting us to this point. Whether you were the ones who stayed up late to make sure we didn't fall asleep halfway through a project, or you were the ones who were always there with a hug and a box of tissues, all of you were a part of getting us here, so thank you. In closing, it's kind of expected that I have some inspirational or moving idea to convey to you all. But as I reflected on the years past spent here, I couldn't help but feel that I would inevitably end up in tears or would become deeply sad to know that today may be the last day that I ever see some of you again. Many of us have been together since elementary or middle school, and it is impossible to imagine a life without you all. But then I remembered a quote that I hold very dear. As the great Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." High school may be over, and our journey together may be coming to an end. But we shouldn't be sad. We should be happy and glad that we can look back and remember all the good times and friendships we have had in these soon-to-be-distant hallways. As we leave here today, I hope that each of you leaves with the same excitement and wonder that you came here with freshman year. We're all a little bit older, a little taller, except me, a little smarter, a little more well-rounded. And it's time we take what we learned here at Del Mar and face the world. Congratulations, class of 2010, and thank you.